Hi, this is Rick, and this is my game Mermaid Sudoku. If you're a fan of Sudoku, you're probably familiar with the typical numbers 1 through 9, placing a different number in each row, column, and 3 by 3 square. So Mermaid Sudoku is a little bit different, just in that I have replaced all the numbers with cute little images here of various sea creatures and a mermaid. So anyway, what you're trying to do in Mermaid Sudoku is get one of each type of these 9 critters in every row, and no more than one of each type in every row, as well as one of each type in every column, and one of each type in every 3 by 3 square, as you can see here. The ones with the black outline around them are ones that you started out with. I have 2 different versions of this. One that has these hints where if you click on the cell, it automatically crosses out ones that you can't use. Now, the reason you can't use most of these is because, as you can see, for this particular cell, there's already a mermaid over here, so you can't use a mermaid. There's no dolphin, so the dolphin is available because there is no dolphin either in this column or this row or this square. You can't use a starfish because there's one right here. You can't use a turtle because there's one right here in the same square. You can't use a shell because there's one here. So none of those are available. You also can't use a seahorse because there's one at the bottom of this column. You cannot use a crab because there's one here. So you could also use an angelfish because that is not available. So that in this particular corner, that leaves the dolphin and the angelfish. Now I have another version. If you scroll up, you could go to one of these difficult drag or easy drag Sudokus, and that actually does not give you this pop-up bubble. It gives you a little note bubble, so you actually have to go and cross those out. I'll give you a little demo of that later. But what you do is, through a process of elimination, you could say, okay, the only 2 that I could have here are the dolphin and the angelfish. So we're going to go through and look to see what else we have available here. Now, this is interesting because in this particular cell and in this particular cell, your only options are the dolphin and the angelfish. So for those 2, you know that you can't have a dolphin or an angelfish in any of these other cells. Since those are the only 2 options, you know that one of these has to be a dolphin and one has to be an angelfish. So if you look at this one, that eliminates the dolphin and the angelfish from contention, leaving just the crab as a possible option. So you can pick the crab there. This has a mermaid and a seahorse. The angelfish is eliminated from these 2, but you can't pick one of those 2 because those are the only ones that, since there's more than one available. However, here the seahorse is available and an angelfish, but you know the angelfish has to be in one of these 2, so you can pick the seahorse. Now you can go ahead and pick the mermaid, since you just eliminated the seahorse from up here, and the angelfish, of course, has to be in one of these 2. Once again, as I said, the way we were able to do that is you look at this one and the only 2 options are a dolphin and angelfish, and in this one the only 2 options were a dolphin and angelfish. So you knew that a dolphin and an angelfish had to be in these 2 cells. So that also could potentially allow you to eliminate some further down here, like the dolphin and the angelfish are the only 2 options up there, so you know that they can't be used in this one, so that leaves the sea turtle. So then you can also use, you can also highlight, if you go over and highlight some of these, you can say, okay, so I know that a mermaid can't be there because there's a mermaid here, she's in this row, and there can't be a mermaid in this row, so that eliminates these 2 and these 3 from contention for a mermaid, and I know that there can't be a mermaid in this column because of this one. So you've eliminated these 2 for mermaid, this one, these 3, so that just leaves this one left for the mermaid. So anyway, if you scroll up here, and you'll see this easy drag Sudoku, there's also a difficult. That version of Mermaid Sudoku has notes instead of the hints. So we'll load that, scroll back down. Now you'll see that here, if I pop this up, all of these guys are dimmed. And for instance, if you're looking for something a little more challenging, where it doesn't tell you exactly how they line up, this is how you would do it. So here you'd actually have to go through and say eliminate some of these guys. So in this particular cell, we know that it can't be the crab, and it can't be the shell, or the angelfish, or the star, because of the way those line up. It also cannot be the dolphin, so that's out, but that still leaves the possibility of those guys. That cell gets a little crowded. I usually don't include the ones that it could be until I get down to one or two. So I've crossed out several of these options. So you know, as you did before, we're looking for, say, a shell, so we can eliminate shells from here. We can take this and cross that out as a possibility. There's no shell in this block of 3 by 3, so we can eliminate all the shells here. So there can't be a shell there, and there cannot be a shell here. So rather than go and select the bubble like we did in the previous version, since this now is for notes, you can click and drag over the icon from over here that you want. So we drag that shell over, and it's there. So that leaves here as not having any shells in it, this square down here. So we can eliminate via row these and these, and via columns we can eliminate this one. So that means the only place left where we could possibly have a shell is right there. So I'm going to drag the shell over like that. Let's see if we can do that with something like the clownfish. So with these two clownfish, we can eliminate all the clownfish in this column and this column. So here we have to have a clownfish there. Now, as I said before, since clicking on the cell gives you the notes instead of an entry window, and in the previous one, if you'd like to drag your icons over, you could do it there too. But you can drag the clownfish icon over. So in order to win, you have to get one of each of these guys in all of these cells. So you go through, you know, via the process of elimination, and try and figure out where everything needs to go, basically. So now that we put that clownfish there, we know there can't be a clownfish in this row, and since there's a clownfish here and a clownfish there, we can eliminate these columns and this guy from that row, so there has to be a clownfish up here. So now we're making a move on all the clownfish. Let's see, we can get rid of these guys and these guys and this guy, so there's still the possibility of a clownfish there and a clownfish there, and likewise down here there's a possibility of a clownfish there and a clownfish there. So you can make little notes of what could be in these positions. So here there's a turtle that needs to either go there or there, and since you cannot put a turtle here, there must be a turtle in this position. Now, since there are 8 of the 9 needed already in this square, you can go through, okay, we have the mermaid, we have the dolphin, we do not have a starfish in this particular 3 by 3 square, so we'll drag the starfish over. So now we can eliminate the starfish from here, from this guy, actually this whole row. We can eliminate the starfish, but we can still have a starfish there, or we can have a starfish there. So we use our little notes to kind of keep track of where we could have things. Like, for instance, we can eliminate the dolphins from every place but there and there. We cannot have a turtle in this row, so that leaves there and there. But since we can't have a turtle here in this column, since this guy is there, that means we have to have a turtle here. So let's see if that lets us eliminate anything else. Okay, yes it does, as a matter of fact. We can eliminate the turtles from this column and this column. So the only 2 places for turtles left are here and here. But since we have a turtle over here in the same row, we can eliminate that guy, meaning the only place left for a turtle in this square is up there. So let's see, does that take us anyplace else? That means that we can still have a turtle here or a turtle there in this one. So anyway, you go through and you keep crossing things out and taking notes until you can fill up this whole thing and you win the game. It's a lot like regular Sudoku, except instead of numbers we have these cute little icons. So anyway, I hope you like it, and if you do, please feel free to give me a 5-star rating on the Chrome store. I appreciate that. We're at mermaidsudoku.com, or if you go to the Google Chrome store and do a search for Mermaid Sudoku, I'm sure we'll show up. Thanks for playing.